It is done. It is dusted. Like I've been promising you, Joshua Zirkzee to Manchester United is here. We go. I promised you this earlier today that before close of business this week, we should be expecting a here we go. And indeed, it's 5 years up until 2029. It is a fee just slightly above 40 million euros because indeed this Bologna team really knew that their player is highly wanted and sought for. So many clubs were looking for goal scorers like him. So they said, you may not be able to leave if no club is willing to pay beyond the buyout clause. So United are going to give him better payment terms. Zirkzee is the first INEOS signing, and certainly we are off to a flying start. Welcome to the United of Sport. My name is Webb. It's big, it's breaking, it's the news that we've been expecting. I've been telling you all day. I think for the whole week, since the start of the week, when I gave you the timeline of events this week, I told you expect a deal to be done. Now, indeed, it has been sealed. Joshua Zirkzee is the first in your signing. Now, people obviously think that Zirkzee is coming in to compete with Rasmus Højlund for the number 9 position. But guess what? Zirkzee can be played more in more areas than just the number 9. He can play off the flanks. We can play with 2 attackers at a time. He can play behind the number 10. He is, rather behind the number 9. He is an industrious player who INEOS believe will be able to fit into what we are trying to build, giving us options, giving Erik ten Hag options in the different departments on the pitch. So that's exactly what we've been hoping for. The deal has been sorted. Everything is fine. We're all waiting for the Euros to get done, for him especially, him to be knocked out of the Euros, and then we go on to proceed with the move. So now it is official, it is done, it is dusted. I told you in the coming days you're going to be expecting a medical. The medical date is about to be set when he will be having his medical. And trust you me, before the end of this week, probably today, later today or tomorrow, we will be seeing him unveiled or seeing his first interview as a Manchester United player. There is no time to waste by INEOS. It's a here we go. Joshua Zirkzee, first signing for Manchester United. Now, the details, like I said, it's 5 years. He's going to be getting improved terms. We are paid slightly more than 40 million euros, a little bit slightly more than that. And we know that still Bayern Munich is going to get a half of that money. 50% of the money we pay to Bologna is going to go to Bayern Munich. Same story like it is with Arsenal and Calafiori with FC Basel. But we won't care so much about Arsenal. Now, the next deal we should be expecting to get done, this almost the here we go, is Mathis de Ligt. It is extremely advanced, and shortly after this, expect that next year we go to come again through from Manchester United as we do progress in terms of getting Mathis de Ligt. It's a busy week this for Manchester United. Drop down in the comment section and let me know what you think. Do you think it is time now for Man United to believe again? Is it time to live again? Is it time for Man United to believe again that we can come out there and compete now with the signings we are beginning to drop one after the other? De Ligt is next, and according to the reports we gather, even with de Ligt, the personal terms that were agreed, a long-term contract is what INEOS agreed with him. He's going to be signing a long-term contract with Man United. He's going to be taking a little bit of a pay cut from what we pick, a pay cut from what he was getting at Bayern, but the commitment is he's going to get playing time, and his career is going to be revived by Manchester United because he's going to be working with a man that he has worked with before in Erik ten Hag. But that is not a here we go yet. Expect it soon, probably later in the day. I told you to turn on your notification bell because I told you I was not going to come back here without news, without more confirmed news. Well, it is indeed a great day. We've all been hoping. Honestly, I think under normal circumstances we would have expected Jean-Claire Todibo to be the first signing for INEOS. But of course, because of what happened, him not being eligible to be bought by Man United, by INEOS and stuff, he is most likely going to be joining Juventus, according to what I pick. I think we sense he's going to be joining Juventus. I was trying to follow him because I know he's a player we wanted. But he could be joining Juventus, that is Todibo. And I expected him to be the first signing for Man United, for INEOS, honestly, the first marquee signing they make. But because of circumstances, things changed. And who of us expected that the first INEOS signing would be a striker? Not so many people, I believe, expected that. But also, the first deal that we've made for me is testament to the fact that INEOS are very much determined to sign several players in the several departments we need improvement in. They have no time to waste. They want to just change things around quickly, then give the manager the time, the backroom staff the time to get down to business. Already, earlier on, this week there was images. Let me show them to you. Images of the boss Eric Ten Hag having lunch with his new assistants. That is Ruud van Nistelrooy and Rene Hake. Those are the two. Of course, you can see Eric Ten Hag there, Rene Hake, and of course Ruud van Nistelrooy puts on glasses lately and looks at the game a little bit more magnified lately. But as you can see them, it's been business, guys. It's been non-stop business at Man United. It's not just the players training. Things are going. The plans are going. They're trying to build a team. They're trying to build a cohesion. What INEOS are working on is something, honestly, you don't want to miss for a second. It's going to be an exciting upcoming weeks. I will be here, honestly, to give you updates on the preseason and whatever goings on are happening around the preseason. Of course, that first game against Rotterdam, I will be here. Most likely, I could give you a watch along of that game. Next season might be more encouraging to do watch alongs. The past season, I should be honest, was so difficult to do a watch along because of the lack of football, the lack of performances we had. But trust you me, this time around, things look to be destined to be different. Remember, INEOS might be interested in another striker. Don't you be surprised if we bring in Ivan Toney as a third striker to join. There is a proper plan in place by INEOS to get things done. You've been asking me for the first signing of the season. I've been asking you to be patient. At the start of the week, I promised you in my countdown of events. I think everything the way I counted it down, the timeline, I think it has happened the way I told you. From Monday until now, I told you we should expect a here we go this week, and indeed it is happening. Joshua Zirkzee, the first Man United signing, there. Ronaldinho, a player related to Ronaldinho in terms of his style. People, say you saw him when he came on trying to drop deep and get the ball. He's different. He's animated. This is the kind of player we're signing. He's a product of the Johan Cruyff courts, or the Cruyff courts in the UK, or rather in the Netherlands, where he's born. His native Netherlands. His mother is Norwegian. He's a product of the Cruyff courts. These courts have nurtured what you would call the street football for the Gen Z, the young boys of today. Their street football is on artificial courts. So he is from the streets. If the streets, if you know what I mean, not the streets in the sense of we Africans who and our age, we millennials who grew up in, or playing football in the roads. When a car is coming, you stop, then it passes, then you continue playing. Those were our real streets in the literal sense. These Joshua Zirkzee's learned football on the streets of Johan Cruyff courts, on artificial turfs and stuff. But he's pure, he's raw, he plays with flair, with happiness, with excitement, his energy. He's all about vibes when he's playing. You love to watch him play football. Joshua Zirkzee is the first signing. To wrap it up for you, it is the first INEOS signing. His contract is going to go on until 2029. That's about 5 years. We are going to pay slightly more than the 40 million euros buyout clause in terms of the agreements we had. I think it was because that's the delay we had. I've been telling you, actually I expected that it would be lower than the buyout clause, but because of the 50% clause in the contract that Bologna had with Bayern, I think they wanted to make a little bit more money. So they said, okay, the buyout clause is there, but if you want him, pay slightly higher, which indeed Man United are saying, it's okay. INEOS have the money. INEOS have the money. It's, of course, about to be a here we go when it comes to Mathis de Ligt. We are expecting a bid, a formal bid. The talks are going between Man United and PSG. We're expecting a formal bid for Manuel Ugarte very soon, but this is the first one for us to celebrate. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Big breaking news there concerning Manchester United. Drop down a comment and give me your 2 cents and your take about this boy. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate him if you've watched him? I think for me, he's still at a 5, but proper potential to go as high as 8 or 9, even in his first season, because he is a beautiful player. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later, fam.